Entonces, Alisa, ahorita quiero abrirle espacio a Lisa que puede compartir un poquito más la base de nuestro
Alisa, Alisa is going to be able to share with you a little bit more of what is that we do, the work that we do. And then we are going to go into the matters today, which is listen to your grandma, the grandmas. And also, if you need any type of support, tech support, please put a request in the chat. Thank you, Anna. Welcome all of you. Uh, uh, we have an acronym for the work that we do here. It means heart. It means heart in it. And then we are going. Uh, welcome all of you. I am Dr. Alicia Ramirez. I was born in Cholula, Puebla, in Mexico. And then we are here coming from my co-director, and that is that respect our culture and health in our culture from Dane County and Madison. And then we have a really, really special attendee here, which Regal. She is an author and signer, Native American, that she is going to be sharing with us. She's going to be supporting us. She's going to tell us beautiful stories. She's going to sing. She's going to tell us the lyrics of these beautiful songs. And we are very happy to be here with all the beautiful people that are attending this meeting. This is part of a collaborative that we are doing between Hope and our culture and health from University of Wisconsin Madison. When we have psychologists, we have health, mental health professionals, and then we have people that collaborate to us with the ancestral health work. And then always thinking about how can we listen, how can we learn native ancestral skills and tools in order to heal ourselves. Besides welcoming you to this dialogue of knowledge, I am going to be putting a lot of information in the chat. I want to be part of a survey at the end, or if you can get it in the chat, because you are going to be co-participants of our collaborative. It's going to be a very fast survey. At the most 10, 15 minutes will take of your time. And please, please fill it up because it's going to be helping us a lot understanding our work and how can we reach you. And Paula, now, thank you very much. Thank you very much to you. And thank you very much for giving us the space to do all this that is so important.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias. Pido primero
Thank
que
you.
ustedes pueden
Por favor,
sus micrófonos, por favor.
please mute your
Quiero que
microphones.
también tengamos
First, I really would like
abuelas cuando estaba hablando
we
de
were
ellas,
talking to our
quiero
grandmas
compartir mi trabajo.
yesterday,
Tengo 96
and I
años y
was
miles de
telling them that I love my work. I am blessed because I am working here and I am supporting this process. I am Paula. I'm a psychologist, and
Alejandro Cerda, soy cofundadora de un
and I am
programa
a
que se llama
co-founder
Despertar del Camino Sagrado.
of a
Estamos
program that is
haciendo
called
muchos,
Awakenings
muchos
in the
programas
Path.
distintos
We are
para
doing a lot of
abrir espacio
programs
a la
in
sabiduría
order to
ancestral y integrar
support
la
the ancestral
sabiduría ancestral
knowledge
a los
and
espacios de encuentro con el
the
cuerpo.
ancestral
Por
wisdom,
supuesto,
and pack them
hay
and
un
put them
momento
in
de
our
cambio muy grande
open
en la
hearts
humanidad que
because we
estamos
know
viviendo
we are
y
in a
sabemos que
wave
estas
of changing all over
sabidurías
the
son
world.
muy
Uh,
necesarias.
because and now
Hay
we
una
know that
necesidad
all
muy
this
grande de
wisdom,
restaurar
ancestral,
nuestros
native
espacios de
wisdom,
vidas, nuestras
is going to
comunidades,
be
nuestros
very, very
ecosistemas
needed, in much need
y es con mucha honra que damos este espacio
of
para los
sharing
abuelos y las
because it's going
abuelas,
to be needed for our world right now. So we want to give a
todas
space. All the
participando en
grandmas,
este
all the
movimiento
grandpas that have
de
been
familia.
walking this path
Entonces, abriendo
for
espacio a
millennia, for
estos
years,
conocimientos,
and to open
estamos
space to all this
conectándonos con
knowledge,
los
we
más
have
sabios
also
ancestrales.
another space.
Y
This
quiero
space now is the dialogues of
Antes de empezar con
ancestral
las abuelas,
knowledge,
quiero
ancestral
presentarle
dialogues.
a Miguel y
Before I
María Salazar,
introduce
Miguel y
our
María están
grandma,
aquí.
I want to
Ellos
introduce you
tienen un
to
enfoque tremendo
Miguel Miguel. I don't know if Miguel is here.
Hola,
Miguel, can you hear
hola.
us?
¿Cómo estás, Miguel?
Ah,
Quiero
hi,
también saludar a
hi,
Andy.
Anna.
Va a ser
Miguel
que va a hablar
indeed is going
la
to be
próxima,
talking
el próximo mes,
in
abril 12. Tienen
our
invitados que
next
vengan
month
para
in
que
April
conozcan
12th
el trabajo de
to this
Miguel
space
Inti,
again in order to be
también
able to know the work of
Perú.
Miguel
Queremos
Inti
compartir un
like
poquito también sobre
a Mapache member from Peru
cosmo
and to
experiencia de la
share
complementariedad
the
de los códigos sagrados,
complementary
¿no?
cosmology, cosmo
En
knowledge,
parte de
cosmo
nuestro
healing
proyecto el día de
as
hoy
part of this
vamos a
process.
hablar con las
So
abuelas
today we are going to be talking
Esperanza y
with our
Marcela.
grandmas
Después
with
de eso,
like
con ese corazonar
the
abierto, vamos caminando en la luz para
feminine,
hablar con Miguel
the woman
Inti y
aspect
Mapache
of
sobre
all this healing. And then we are going to
sobre
be
la
talking with
cosmoexperiencia
Miguel Inti
andina y
in April of all the
complementariedad.
Andean experience
Entonces, Miguel,
of
si te
cosmology,
parece,
cosmo
rapidito,
healthy. Miguel, would you like to do
Eh,
kind of a little intro about
Cuentia
yourself?
sumach causa y
Yeah.
sumach llankai,
Good morning. Good
tapachun
morning.
carichon, cariños, abrazos a su
Hugs,
hogarcito, a su
warm
familia,
hugs,
desde acá
kisses,
de
love to you, to your
Pueblo
family, to
Indígena
your
Nación
partners
Queros. Ahorita
from
estamos
Nation
ubicados
Keros
cerca
in,
ciudad,
we
en
are very
el
located very
Cusco de
close
Santa
by
Marta, ¿no es
to
cierto?
Cusco in
Y
Peru.
acá,
And
bueno,
here
soy
what
Miguel Inti,
I am Miguelin,
cantante, líder de
HD
mi
Inter. I
comunidad
I
Nación
come from
Eros,
a lineage of
Manta,
Eros in my
Teotihuacán,
community,
Inca.
the Manta community, the
Pues
last
yo
group of
soy
Incas.
también
And now
llevando la herencia de mi
I am
abuelo, de
taking,
mis
I am
ancestros,
carrying, and I am
y para
disclosing the
compartir,
knowledge, the
para hacer
wisdom
un
of my
vínculo, hacer una
ancestors in order to be
familia
able
del
to
Ayllu,
share,
a
to
todas ustedes del
to
país
make
del
a big
Eros,
circle
¿no es
when we
cierto?
all share our
Esta
knowledge in
sabiduría
this
ancestral
wisdom,
unánime
ancestral wisdom,
tiene
and
que
ancestral
compartirse. Así
lineages of
dicen los
sharing.
abuelos.
Our
Es
our
importante que
grandparents say
esta
this is
tradición
all
que es
to
de
share.
Yachay,
This is
Sumach
not
Causa, y
to for
tiene
you
que
to keep. This is all to
difundir
disclose,
para un
to
buen despertar a las
to
personas
tell
que
everybody,
están en este
to
camino. Sumach
wake
Llankay.
everybody that wants to take
Anchakusismanta
this path
Bonai
in order to be able to take
Tagaikaula.
this path with knowledge and preparedness.
con el
Thank
corazón
you,
lleno,
Pat.
lleno, lleno
We
de
are
paz.
with our
Sé que aquí el
heart are so
próximo
full
día
here, and
12
we
de
are so
abril,
happy that
con
on April
ese
12th, you
sonrisa,
are
ese
going
corazón
to
grande que
be
tiene
here
y
with your
decida
smile,
compartir su
with your
sabiduría,
attitude, with your
que vamos a
warmth and
empezar
your heart to
a
share
nivel
this
con las abuelas,
knowledge.
¿sí?
But now we are
Entonces,
going back to our
yo quiero
grandmas.
presentar a las
I
abuelas.
want to
Bueno,
introduce
Analisa
you our
y la
grandmas,
abuela Marcela Guerra, para poder
And
empezar.
Grandpa
Annalisa and
Marcela Guerra
Marcela
to be able
Guerra, to
to
be
start.
able to start.
And we can
Corazón de poder hablar
ask
del
for
camino
the,
sagrado con
I will
nosotras.
ask you to open your heart
Y con
to
eso
share
voy a
this
jalar, porque hay
sacred
mucho que
space with us.
compartir.
We have a lot to
Entonces,
share.
quiero hablar un
First,
poquito de la
I would like to
importancia, ¿no?
talk about the
Honrar
importance of honoring grandmas,
honrar esta trayectoria
honoring
de las
their
abuelas.
trajectory.
Primero, quiero hablar
First,
sobre la
I would
abuela
like to talk
Esperanza Solis, que
about
es originaria de
Grandma
México y tiene una gran
Solis Hill
historia
from
en
Mexico. She
cuanto
has
a
a big
ancestral.
trajectory
Desde niña
in
empezó como
ancestrals.
aprendiendo
Since she was a girl, she was
y,
learning
y, y de las ceremonias, de
from
los
ceremonies,
ritos, de los
rituals,
cantos, ¿no? Y
sings,
ella también es
singings, and she's also
abuela aquí, es fundadora y directora de la
is a
Casa
founder and
Floricanto,
director of the school
enseñando
Flor
la
in
experiencia maya
Floricanto, flower
solista.
and
La
singing.
abuela
She's
enseña a
teaching
través del
Mayan
arte del
Altoteca.
temazcal, arte del
She
fuego,
knows how
la
to do the
canalización, el arte
temazcal,
de
fire,
la
the art
sanación
of
y
healing,
específicamente también círculos femeninos. Por
specifically
eso que llamamos
feminine
a
circles,
la abuela Ana Luisa
which
para poder
is the
compartir
reason why
sus
we call
conocimientos de
Grandma Ana
sabiduría.
Luisa to share her
Trabajamos
knowledge with
mucho
us.
con el
She
agave,
works,
la
for
sal, la
example, with
manzana y el
obsidian
fuego.
stones,
Entonces
fire,
muchas cosas que la abuela Ana
a
Luisa va a
lot of
compartir
stuff
el
that
día de
Grandma
hoy
Ana Luisa is going to share
sobre
today,
la importancia de la espiritualidad
and
para que esto
share the
empiece a
importance
crecer
of
femenino.
spirituality.
También estamos invitando a la gran
Also, we
abuela
would like
Marcela
to
Guerra,
invite Abuela
quien
Marcela
es
Guerra.
mujer medicina
She is a women medicine, warming her pity. And since she was a little girl, she has been learning about medicinal herbs and the Andean stuff in the territories, the singings, their histories. Marcela Grama works with sanación emocional, mental healing with through the singing and the noises through the she's also having some workshops with women, circles of women, trying to connect people with nature again. Grandma Marcela Guerra has a sanctuary in the island of the Tiger in Argentina, which is an incredible place with water, surrounded by water everywhere, very, very pretty. I would like to introduce you to them. I would like to ask the blessing to open this spatial sacred place that we have today. And after that, we have some questions so we can guide the process. So, abuelas, I give you this space, Grandma Ana Luisa, Grandma Marcela. Let me put the two of you here as MPN.
Y la abuela aquí. Add pin. Y podemos verla las dos.
So we can see the two of you.
De verdad,
This is
estoy
so exciting. I am very excited because I have two very big abuelas here. And it's not the first time that they talk to us. Grandma Marcela, about 2 years ago, shared her knowledge with us, and also Abuela Ana Luisa. It's very exciting to see the two of you together. Now they're going to open the special place, sacred place together, and they are very powerful. I am asking that you connect your heart in this moment that we're going to open this sacred space for all of the people. Blessed day. We're going to open this sacred space along with Grandma Ana Luisa with a singing from ancestral pueblos. We always are in a circle, in a community. We open the special sacred place, asking for permission, and especially being very thankful, inviting the forces from Mother Earth and the universe to be with us, bringing us their presence, their energies, so we can go back to the everything, to the unity with the earth, the fire, with all the secret, sacred plants, with all the powerful animals, all of ancestors. This song that I'm going to provide calls to all of those spaces. We're going to start calling the celestial energy. This is the Andean tradition from the medicinal wheel. It starts in the east where the sun is born, where the grandfather Inti gives us the powerful life.
Anti suyu, anti suyu, anti suyu, anti suyu. Llamaremos ahora
We will call now the forces to the north. That's where the moon has the strength and the strength of the Hummingbird. That's where we receive their strength.
Chincha suyu, chincha suyu, chincha suyu, chincha suyu. Ahora llamaremos las fuerzas del
Now we're
oeste.
going to call the strength of the Midwest, where the sun sets, the cycle of the life starts its path, invisible path, where the puma walks.
Conti suyu, conti suyu, conti suyu, conti suyu. Llamaremos ahora y
We
pediremos
will call now and we're going to ask for permission to the south,
la
where
serpiente,
the maru is the snake, where the souls depart to the cosmic trip. Koyo Suyu in our region.
Koya suyu, koya suyu, koya suyu, koya suyu. Ahora llamaremos las fuerzas del cielo, del cosmos,
We're
de
going to
todo-
call on the strength of the sky, the cosmos, to the galaxy, from the bigger brothers, the lineage of the ancestral words Hanampacha.
Hanampacha, 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 Hanampacha. Ahora llamaremos a
Now
la
we're going to
fuerza
call to the strength of the energy and we're going to ask for permission to Mother Earth, Pachamama.
Pachamama, 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 Pachamama. Y por último,
And
pediremos
lastly,
fuerza y la
we will ask for the strength and the presence, giving thanks with their life through our heart.
Sonkoi, 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 sonkoi. Hailey. Achis.
Yeah, yeah.
Ay, gracias, abuelas. Muchísimas gracias por eso. Y
Thank you so much for all of that.
el tema de
The
nuestra sesión del
topic
diálogo de saberes
in
ancestrales
our
enfocado en la cultura de
talk,
unidad.
ancestral talk, is centered in the culture of unity.
Que vamos a tener
All
esta
the sessions that we had is focused in the unity of culture of unity. Today, we're going to be talking about the sacred femininity. Next month, in congeniality, in May, we're going to talk about secret sexuality. Today, we also have Abuela Mariana, who is going to be helping us on that day on sacred sexuality. We are going to be talking about the topic of unity, and I ask that you share this within your own experience what unity is. But before, I had another question. I feel that for us who identify as women, but for all human beings, it's very important to follow and look at this trajectory that they have as grandmas. And I would like to see if you can share a little bit of your trajectory, whatever you feel comfortable with, because I feel like it is a mirror, very powerful and very beautiful for all of us to see this trajectory that you have as grandmas in the cosmic experience with all of the obstacles and all of the beauty that this path has, because this is a very deep and spiritual compromise to being a grandma. I know that it is a surprise. This question is a surprise, but I would like to ask for this gift and to share this with us, to share a little bit of your trajectory. And the second question, we want to talk about the culture of unity in terms of the path of abuelas, even as the abuela Marcela, abuela Luisa is the major grandma in this circle. I would like to start with abuela Ana Luisa with this gift to know your trajectory. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Whatever you feel comfortable sharing. We can not hear you. If you could play, yeah. Now you turn on your microphone. Good, thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me today to be with you. Gratitude comes and flows from my heart, and I hope that gratitude is still flowing from your heart. This is a sacred moment for all us because these the benefits of social media is one of the benefits that we can see each other right now. I am Ana Luisa. I was born in Tabasco, a Maya area, beautiful, and is a kind of a frontier to the Omega culture. My parents were extremely busy when I was born, and they were very born when after I was born. They continued to be extremely busy because they were raising 5 kids. They work non-stop. It's a valley in this area, and with our parks, entertainment parks, amusement parks, were the archaeological Maya areas. Can you mind that? And we will spend days and days in, days out in these archaeological areas, and that is what I register, and is registered in my mind and in my brain in my childhood, and I spent countless hours, days in the presence and the care of my own grandparents, grandmothers, and grandparents. And those were beautiful, beautiful, beautiful early years, beautiful childhood. And I kept all this in my brain and in my heart. I learned the things, the legends, the stories, the history, the cosmos, astrology, healing rituals, healing tools, and all of that. And then I grew up a little bit more, and around when I was 25 years old, and I was in college, and I started to dream about my future. And I said, you know what? I realized this is the path that I would like to follow and continue walking, sharing my knowledge, sharing the knowledges of the multiple cultures of Mexico. There is a multi-phase culture. It's not only one. So that's how I started. And that's how all these themes, all these cultures started occupying my brain and my heart. And then they were transformed for the fact that I became a mother. And now I am a caregiver. I am. So my grandma, my mom, my grandmothers took care of me for my child, my son. And then we never took my son to the doctor. We took my son to my caregivers, my grandparents. And then everybody started telling me, you know what? Everything that you learn, everything that you know, all that knowledge and wisdom that you had shared, this is not for you only. You need to start sharing that. That is a gift to you and a gift for us. I I come from a discipline and a culture and a language, a, a continuous conversation with my grandmothers, my roots, the jungle, the the plants, horticulture, all these healing plants. So all that is in me, and then I took into this peregrinaje match, this walk, constantly walking and looking for audiences on how to share these knowledges, and then also how we can elevate all this culture and all this logic to the cosmology of our hills, our mountains, the Andes, uh, all these beautiful places for example, this person from that said hi to you at the beginning from Cusco, Peru, to Marcela Guerra. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all of you because you are in this path with
Gracias,
me, sharing.
abuela Marcela. Se puede dar
Uh,
un regalo de
Bueno,
this is a gift. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a beautiful story that she shared with us. And here I'm going to start talking to you. I am from the north of Argentina, from the mountains, the Andean mountains, the Andes. In my native groups, the men were the healers, and the story says that or tells us that my grandfather changed the lineage of the line of uh, sharing this knowledge, healing knowledge, because she climbed the hill and she was shocked by lighting, and that lighting left him with the knowledge and with the convincement that she needed to share, to start sharing this healing knowledge and wisdom with the women of our group. So that's how it changed from the men to the women. And that's how my grandmother started this beautiful path of a healing when I will walk always behind her, always uh, kind of asking her, always asking this and that from her. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why is that you do that thing? And then she kept telling me, this is going to be changing. They just change. And there is a new paradigm. And then to paradigm of coming, the form of the ways of thinking, the unity that is now a unit from all of us and the accompaniment. So from 14 in our in in our traditions, once that you turn 49 years old, you turn into a healer, a form of medicine, a healer, and you accept your being transforms into medicine, into healing, into cure. And that is a tradition that is important. It's a point that is extremely important. So these are the Nihampi Wises, the woman medicine, all the ceremonies, all the rituals. And the difficult part here, sometimes when we face people that are completely empty, they are far from the world of the subtleties, the subtle things, the spirit, the heart. They are very mad, they are frustrated, they are angry. And when we feel these empty vessels, that is the hardest thing for us. So how, for example, and it translates in, for example, these tendencies now, everybody is fixed on a screen. Everybody is fixed on their worlds, their surroundings. People stop looking at the sky. People stopped looking at the stars, at the planets, the moon, the sun. And we have to go back to that first. We need to fill in all these empty vessels, humans, with all that and connect all these women to be able to open up to the possibility to receive this spiritual knowledge, this spiritual food. And that's why we are all so sad, so unhappy, so desperate, so depressed, because we left that part of our spirits that were so important, so important. So we need to go back to that and start working and filling ourselves with that. Thank you, Ana Lisa. Thank you, Marcela. Eh, for us, it's extremely important. And I know because of all my sisters that I have met through my path is to know, get to know. I have a grandmother present in our lives, and I changes your spirit because I see all these sisters, empty vessels. They're empty, they're sad, they're depressed, they're anxious. and they live lives that are and they are slaves of the modern culture. So that is so important for us for to or it will be very nice for every other person, a lot of people to be able to see this video. Thank you a lot to share all this knowledge and your generosity to that. Now we go and move back to the second question. So, from coming from your both, your cosmo experiencing, what do you mean by saying that we need to live the culture of unity, that we have to be united? Because we are living in in a society that we are completely divided in our families, in our communities, in our neighborhoods, our families. There is fragmentation. They are all dividing us. If we focus on the culture and the cosmo experience, the ancestral way to do that, could you, Grandma Analisa, from your experience, what that unity means for you?
Interrumpo un momentico porque se escucha bien bajito a la abuela Ana Luisa y me mandaron varios mensajes que no la pueden escuchar. A ver si puede hacer algo con el micrófono o algo o ponerse
So
más cerca.
I have received several messages stating that it's very hard to listen to Ana Luisa, Grandma Ana Luisa. I have my volume in maximum volume, and now it's a little bit better. Could you please increase your volume? Could you? Could you please turn up a little bit your beautiful voice? I'm going to try to do that. Thank you. Are you please? Okay. Are you being able to? Yeah, listen better. Yes, it's better now. I think that I have done as much as I could do about. Okay, because I am again. I'm using my phone and then I am listening. Okay, so somebody said that if you put headphones or earphones, you can hear me much better. First of all, I would like to start with a phrase. This is a phrase from a Mexican poet, the Magagua, that is called Señor Nezahualcóyotl, that for us is a great leader, Mexican leader, Native American leader. Then this is that his his poems always talks about ancestral culture, wisdom, and knowledge and unity. He calls it unicity. That word wasn't known by our ancestors or our grandparents. They thought about a kind a way of thinking. They will work about the way they will think, and then they will make up a word for that. It will be a very a parallel between the thing, the way of thinking, and the word. Everything that has a root is truth, and then anything that has not root is not for true, is not real. You are truth because you have a heart, and a heart is rooted, and that's the only way. That's the way that you know that you are for true. It doesn't matter what are you made from. From, I don't know, you are made from flesh, you are made from feathers, you are made from whatever. If you have a root, you are for tree. And if you as a human being with a root is to go and turn back into your ancestors, learn their legacy, form your own legacy and transfer that. Toteca is a, a is a person, is a human being, is a being of beauty, of spirituality that is going to allow us to pass from this think to the words and the action about unity, unicidad. It has to be with the heartbeat of the cosmos, to the heartbeat of our nature, our Mother Earth, the heartbeat of all the beings that live in those in that in that that live on that earth, that coexist, and they have like beats from their heart, and that is going to be telling us how to recover your connection with all that network up on the sky. So here in the universe, the cosmos, this our Mother Earth, to that little insect that is walking by me, my connection with all the energy, and all that energy that is mostly invisible, and all that energy that invades us when we talk about our ancestors. It has to be with the connections with this Mother Earth that we are, the wind that we are, the heat and the fire that we are, the water that we are formed of, and we drink, is to unify with our thought in parallel to all with our beings, our souls, our hearts, and our minds, to this time that is new time, is nowadays, but it's also the past. Is our time, because it comes our own time. It belongs to us, and we will be showing that eternal time to all these relationships that we have and we form with a life. My unified way of thinking with the water, with my unified way of thinking with the light, with the sun, with the stars, so it's a way to start living guided by this internal light that we already have. Only we have to keep in mind who were the ones who brought that before me. So this is a home. Our university, our universe is a home, and everybody has lived here ancestrally. Everybody lives here. The people who live in the continent, in this island, in this country, we are all, all tied to the heart of the cosmos, the sky, the planet, the stars, the moon, the sun. And we are also tied to the center of our earth. And then we wake up to this conscious that gives us the capacity to live full lives, recreate our lives, be happy, and be absolutely surprised every single day of a new day of life, because we are love and we are respect. We are unity. Love is conscious. Love is silence. Love is wind. Is healing. Is being able to go put yourself out there and do things. Courage. Love is courage. Is light, and is that same light that is going to be accompanying all the beings on this planet. Is a unified ingredient. Is a unified thought, and there is one ingredient missing in all that.
To know that we are spirit. We are spirit. And spirit is calling us to these new times. And it calls us through the north, south, east. It calls us every day. Every day the sun comes out. Every day the sun comes out to remind us that we are spirit. And that is where the matrix and the feminine becomes a face. with love towards the light and towards the harmony. Thank you so much.
Abuela, mil gracias por eso. Yo pienso que esta es
Grandma,
la
thank you
primera
so
vez
much for that. I
tanta
think it's the
gente
first time that I
escuchando
heard
Pachacute, ¿no?
very
Es
clearly this new
como,
Pachacute.
es un recordatorio que
It's like a
siempre
reminder that we are
siempre así
spirit.
como, ¡pum!
It was like
En este
there,
nuevo
key,
Pachacute. Podemos
in our
una hora
new
hablando,
Pachacute.
pero
We can
esta
explain
primera
that for
vez.
an hour,
Muchas gracias.
but that was a key point. Thank you, Grandma.
Sí, sí,
A
sí, sí.
house
El nuevo
sun
Pachacuti. Sí,
as the
sí.
new Pachacuti.
Pachacute femenino, precioso,
A
¿no?
feminine
Qué
Pachacute,
bonito eso,
beautiful.
abuela Ana, de somos
It was very beautiful,
somos
Grandma
todos
Anna, that
uno.
we are all
Es una
heart,
forma hermosa de
one
expresar
heart. It's a
la
very
unidad,
beautiful way to
¿no?
understand unity.
Y siempre recuerdo las
And
palabras
I always remember
de
the
un
words
abuelito amazónico
from
que decía
an
cuando
Amazonic
un
grandma
huevito de
that said that
de los
every
cerdos
time a hummingbird
vibra
egg
el mundo
falls,
entero.
the entire world
Bueno,
vibrates.
eso es la unidad,
And
¿no?
that is
Esa
unity,
vibración genera
the
unidad que
sound
nosotros
that is
seamos todos los
vibration,
que
where all of
venimos
us
caminando
are,
y
all of us
abrimos
who are
nuestra
walking
conciencia,
and
¿no?
opening our
Conectándonos
conscious
con
are,
nosotros
we're
y con todo
connecting
lo
with
que da
ourselves and
existencia,
with
algo
everything
que
else that makes
el ser
meaning and
humano
existence to us.
olvida
Sometimes
dar
human
existencia, ¿no? El
beings
sol
forget that we need
da de
existence,
existencia
like
a
sun. If
nuestra
I
vida, da
don't
de existencia a nuestra alma.
see that it
Es lo
exists, then
único
it
que da de
doesn't. A
existencia a nuestra
sun,
vida.
if I don't give him
Es un
existence, it's
animalito
not there. An
que
animal, if I don't give an existence, is not in my word.
tiene que ver
And
con eso de
unity
dar
is related
existencia
to giving
a nosotros mismos
existence
y al
to
resto de
ourselves
todos los
first and
seres
then
que
the
nos
rest of all the
acompañan, ¿no?
beings that are
Y esa
here.
existencia
That
genera que el
existence
otro sea un ser sagrado
generates
también,
that the other one is a
en la
sacred
unidad,
human being, as I
también
am.
en
And in the unity, in the spirit of
ese
unity,
amor profundo,
we
ese
have this
cariño
deep
sagrado,
love
sentir
of
que todo
feeling
en nuestra
ourselves
vida es
that we are
sagrado
sacred
y
and everything that is
el
surrounding us is
impulso
sacred.
de este
I
nuevo
think that as
Pachacútec
a
que viene con
pulse
esta
of this
energía
new
femenina,
Pachacuti that comes with
nos
this feminine
recuerda
energy
que
reminds
somos uno
us
solo, que
that
somos un
we are
corazón, como decía
one
la abuela
in
Ana,
itself,
y ese
one heart,
corazón late
as the grandma was
y
saying, and
vive
that heart is
de todos.
beating
Entonces, todo lo
in
que yo
with
aporte
all
a
of
la
us.
vida
Everything that I
y a la vida
do
de
in my
todos,
life
a
and
esa unidad que es
everything
el
that
buen
I
vivir,
add into all of
genera
us
esa posibilidad de
generates
la
this
unidad.
possibility of
Ese pasaje
unity,
del
this
Shananti
passage
Namasanti,
of
como decimos
Chenanti Namasanti,
en
as we
nuestro
say
andino, ¿no?
in
Pero
Andino.
de esa complementariedad
With
del
that
Shananti,
complement of
avanzamos
Chenanti,
hacia la unidad.
we advance
Y
towards
esa
unity.
unidad
And
es el
that
camino, ¿no?
unity
De
is the
todos los
path.
senderos andinos
From all the
van
different paths,
hacia esa
Andean
unidad.
paths, they all walk
Esa es mi
towards
visión,
unity.
esa es mi mirada
That is
y creo que
my way of
siendo
view.
ancestral,
That's ancestral
hoy toma
thinking.
nuevamente una
That
gran
today
fuerza
is
y que
taking
no
a
debemos
big
olvidar que trae
force,
esa
and we
fuerza
should not forget
que
that
proviene
that
del
has
origen,
that
que
feminine
tiene que ver con el
strength
concepto de la
that is
creación,
related
cuando
with the
ancestro
origin
en el ser humano
and
ha creído que él es
the
capaz de
creation of
crear
human
todo,
beings, because
no
human
solo
beings
eso,
it's
también es criado,
things
¿no?
that
Yo crío
he can
un
create
animalito, ese
everything,
animalito también me está
but you
criando,
are
y la planta
raised.
también me está
You
criando.
raised an animal,
Nosotros
you
cuando
raised
éramos
a plant, and that's the first
éramos pequeños,
stop towards
primero
unity. When we were
hacíamos una
little,
ceremonia que
the
se llama
first thing that they were giving to us is a
nos
ceremony,
regalaban algo que
Trastarustu,
tenía que
which
ser
is a
criado,
haircut.
una
They gave
plantita
us
que tenía que
something
ser
that needs to
algo
be raised,
chiquitito,
a
chiquitito.
little animal, a
Y
little
entonces nuestra
plant,
función
and our
tiene que
function,
ver
our
con criar,
being
¿no? Y
has to
seguir
be with that,
criando y
on
seguir
raising
desarrollando
and
y
fear
seguir
how that
evolucionando,
animal or
¿no?
plant is
Y
also being
eso es
raised.
importantísimo.
And that is very
En
important.
esos mundos a veces tan
In
lejos
those
que
words,
pensamos,
sometimes
¿no?
very
Que con
simple
ese
but very
ser
profound,
genial,
with
ese
that
divino
being,
ser
they
uno
teach
con el
us
todo.
how
Y
to
de esa
be
manera
one with everything.
respetar,
In that way, you
amar,
learn how to respect,
a sentir
love,
y a vivir al otro
feel,
como un ser
and leave the
sagrado.
other one as a sacred
Y no
being.
pasaríamos por tantas
And
injusticias
we should
si
not go
esto
through so many injustices
volviera a
if this
tener más
concept
fuerza en nuestros tiempos,
is
¿no?
more
Y sobre
strong
todo
in
con los
this now
niños, creo
time
que es
and day,
fundamental
especially with kids.
transmitirles este
It's
concepto
fundamental to
y saber que
transfer
nosotros somos
this concept to them,
pretendientes a
to
esa
let them
creación.
know that if
Yo
another one
necesito
is suffering, my
cualquier
heart is
fuerza para
suffering. If
acompañar
another one
esa
is
fuerza
needing
constante.
something, I will find something
Creo que
to
es un
walk for
concepto
him to walk with
maravilloso, me
because
parece
his need is
armónico
also with me.
en estos
It is a
niveles de
very
aprendizaje
special
que
concept, and
nosotros
it's very beautiful that at this
tenemos
level of
que estamos
learning,
trabajando
you
distintas
are
herramientas.
working in this topic.
Gracias, abuela.
Thank you, Grandma.
Bueno, yo tengo una preguntita
I
más
do
solo
have a
para
question.
enfocar
One
en
more
lo que
question, just to
podemos compartir
focus
porque
what we
sabemos
can
que
share,
tenemos
because we have so much to share. But after that, we can open
de las personas y
for
a esos
we can
temas
open this
en nuestro
to questions
corazón
from
y
the
hay algo
audience,
que
and you can feel in your
necesitamos
heart if there's something that you might want to
que
ask
quieren como
or something that
compartir.
you may want to
Yo
share.
siento en mi corazón y
I
tengo
am
como
feeling in my
una
heart that I have to share that
necesidad
the need of
de estas como
soup
que ¿cómo
is
se
like,
fuerte mi corazón? Entonces no sé si hay un cantito que quieren hacer por
sorry,
ahí
not a
o
soup,
un
a
cantito,
singing. I need a sing,
un
some type of
cantito, no
song
sé,
that
alguien
nourish my
ahí
heart.
se tiene un cantito
One
que
of you
compartir,
grandmas,
esa
if you have
necesidad
a
de
song to
honrar y de
share,
celebrar la unidad, ¿no? Y
to
no
honor
sé,
and celebrate the unity, and
no sé si hay un
us
cantito
who are
que
present here, I don't know if you have a little song that you can share from the heart. I see that Abuela Ana is more than ready for it. We're gonna ask for permission, follow the words, singing, praying. I think that a song is medicinal. Sacred songs are medicinal. We're going to do this song to women, to the heart of that women, because it's the heart of the world. So it is important for us to remember it. It's important for us to recognize ourselves, women. It's important because we had a time when women used to think with the uterus and not with the head, not with the mind. So I think that this song is like a good reflection. I don't know if you can hear this and
sí,
it's
abuela, sí
you
se
can
oye.
listen to me better. Yes, thank you. So we can sing along. It's not important for you to look at me. It's not important to be with the eyes open or closed. You can just recreate yourself and ask within this song, what type of women am I? What type of women am I? What's my mission? How do I feel internally? And how I can respond to the word with my being, because I am the heart of the word, but the heart of the word has many faces. So now let me share this beautiful song is the women's heart. What type of women are you? You are keeping the sun in your womb. What type of women are you? Snake women. Deer women. Eagle women. Jaguar women. Women. Tan heart. With a light signal. In your womb, pointing to the sun. Women light, flash of light. Women of earth. Women of sea. Women of sand. Mountain women. Geography of women.
Hermosa mujer.
Beautiful women. with love.
Hailey, Hailey, Hailey,
Hailey, Hailey, Pachamama.
Hailey. Ajo, azul.
Plazo
Hayaya,
Kamati.
hayaya, marichiguao, marichiguao.
Canto para todas, para todos, para
That's a
honrar
thing to all of us,
a nuestra mamá.
to honor our women, our mom who has snake face, jaguar face, hummingbird, hummingbird face, all of the faces, one heart. Thank you.
Plazo Kamati, abuela. De verdad salió una
Klausu
lágrima.
Kamati, I even have one little tear here, Grandma.
Abuela, bueno, entonces,
Grandma,
cuando estamos
then
hablando para
when we're
profundizar un poco
talking
de hoy a muchos temas
to,
que podríamos hablar.
there are many
A
topics
mí
that
me
we can
llama
talk about, but
mucho la
is
atención
it a
esto
topic
de hablando del
that
sagrado femenino,
catches
esta
your
importancia de
attention,
reconectar
talking
con la
about secret
espiritualidad.
femininity, how to
Entonces,
reconnect with
abuela, no sé si
spirituality?
podrían
Grandma,
compartir un poquito
would you
acerca
be
de
able
esto,
to share a little bit about that, about in any
compartir
way that you would
lo
like?
que quiera, palabras más
Whatever you would
tantito,
like to share,
hablar,
words,
hablar un poquito
songs,
de esto,
whatever
¿no?
you want.
Compartir un poco
Talk
de
a
esto
little bit
con
more about
nosotras,
that, about the importance of reconnecting with spirituality, like with our sacred femininity as women.
Marcela.
Bien, pensé que ibas a hablar, abuela
Oh, I
Ana.
thought that you were gonna talk, Grandma Anna. Well, I already sang a song, so it's your turn.
Siempre dentro del círculo andino, esto
Within
quiero
the Andinian circle, I would like to tell you about it because it's very
siempre el
interesting.
círculo comienza
The circle always
su fusión
starts
con la mayora.
making a
La
spin with the majora. The majora to
y la
the
palabra
from the
curry
biggest to
viene
the
del griego.
smallest. The
Y es
curie is in
interesante
that
porque de esta
sense.
manera en el círculo
Why? Because in that
combinamos
sense, the circle
cuando
generates
las
a
mayoras
balance
hablamos, las
with
menoras
the
callan y
old
escuchan,
ones talk,
pero
the
después
minor
pasa la
ones
otra parte que las
stop and
menoras
listen,
hablan
but then
y
the
las
other
mayoras
part goes, the
callamos y
menoras
escuchamos. Y
talk,
luego
and
del
then the majoras
equilibrio
stop and
compartimos
listen. And it's a nice, beautiful equilibrium to share
también
the experiences of
actual,
older
que
women
es
and
ahora
younger
que estoy
women,
hablando, que hablo
which
primero
is
con
the
las
reason why
mujeres,
I was saying, like, I was waiting
porque
for the grandma to
el
talk
camino de la
first.
espiritualidad
I think the way of
una palabra
spirituality, as Ana Paola was saying, is a pachacute who what that is related to spirituality.
las mujeres traemos
And
nuestra
then all women
espiritualidad
have
viva y
inside
nuestra espiritualidad.
that
Algo
spirituality breath.
transforma a la persona
Something that
y
when
la
the
persona se
people become
modifica.
alive,
Todo
everything is
comienza
modified.
con un
Everything
rito y una
starts
forma diferente.
taking a
Como
different
que vas
form,
ceremoniando paso
like
a paso.
building a
Y a
ceremony
veces
step by step
lecturas
and going out
pequeñas,
from
demasiado
that
ortodoxas o
structures,
largas,
orthodox
muchas
structures
ceremonias
or lungs,
simples de
to go to the
preparar
simple
mi
ceremonies to
infusión,
prepare
de
my infusion, my food,
preparar mi ropita y
my
que la ropa
clothes. And
ceremonial
that thought
no es
that clothes is
una
ceremonial
ropa
clothes.
cualquiera
It's
está
not any type of
yo no,
clothes.
toda mi
It's not a
ropa
coat. It's not
es
a regular
parte de una
clothes.
ceremonia
All
y
my
es mi forma
clothing
de
is
estar
special for a ceremony.
en el
My
exterior,
food is
cuando
for a
hablo
ceremony.
con las
My
mujeres en el
relationship,
grupo,
how I
con
talk to
mi
people, how I
mi
listen
hacer,
to
mi
them,
trabajo, yo ya no
my
digo
being,
trabajo,
my work. I don't talk about my work because I
no
don't
solamente
work.
hacer.
I
Cada
have a
persona debería
being,
pensar
and
en
every type of
cómo es
women
su hacer,
should
en un banco,
have and
en
think
una
about their
administración,
being, even if they are
el trabajo que están
administrative,
haciendo
working in a
está
bank,
fuera de la
because
espiritualidad,
that
la
job
espiritualidad
is
está en
putting you
todo
out of the
momento
spirituality and you start being
y
a product, a
haciendo.
number.
Y
But
esto
my being
no
is
se
not.
domina en
And
nadie.
my being is
Yo
not going to
puedo
be dominated by anyone because
hacer,
I can
yo
work in
puedo
a
ser un número
store,
más
but I can be
dentro
just a regular
de
number
mil otros seres
or
humanos.
a
Y
human being
olvidarme de lo
taking care of another
espiritual
human being,
empieza el hacer.
submitting
Y
what
esta
they
es la
need.
ceremonia, esta es
And that's the
extraordinaria
ceremony
por lo
when we
tanto,
start
como
transforming
mujeres,
all of
en un
us in
movimiento
that
espiritual
big
que es el
movement,
hombre,
spiritual
es
movement that
el
is
man,
the man, the
y
human being,
tenemos que
women,
cada vez
and we
expresarlo
have
más,
to express it
vivir
more.
en un sentido
Live
espiritual,
in
estar
a
conectados
spiritual
con todo lo que
movement. Connect
significa.
with everything means a
Me
spiritual
parece una
being.
ventaja,
My
digo esto
way
porque
from
pasamos
between
nuestros
I'm
senderos
saying this
por
because
las montañas y la
we
gente de la ciudad
have
dice, bueno,
Andino
¿qué
spots
está
in the middle of the
haciendo
mountains.
eso?
And I always
Es
tell
un
them
sendero
that
espiritual, puede
between
serlo,
the way between your
y
home
esto
and your work is a
da
spiritual
fuerza
path. And that is the strength that should give you to transform that path. And that is in your heart, it's in your feeling, it's not in someone else telling you that. When we feel so away from Earth, Mother Earth, so empty, we can start transform our own apartment in the middle of the cement. When I see a bird flying and I communicate with it,
Siento que me está cantando
and
a mí.
when the bird sings, I feel like it's singing for me. So we have that possibility to transform our lives. And I think that many generations have gone through spiritual structures very hard that were outside of home. The spirituality is in a church, in a temple. Spirituality is in a sanctuary. No, it's in your house and within yourself. That is the spiritual being. So when I have an animal, it's no longer my pet. It's part of myself. And that dog, that kitty, is going to be treated as a human being with care. I'm going to talk to him and I will listen to what he has to say. That's spirituality. Spirituality is the most simple life and deepest life that makes that our life is more uh, light. Instead of waking up and saying, oh my God, it's raining, I'm gonna get wet. Say thank you, Mother Earth, uh, Mother Sky, water. Thank you. This is nourishment. This I'm gonna benefit from the cleanliness of the water because that is in ourselves. We're spiritual beings, eternal beings. We're eternal souls. Body is the body transforms, but not our soul. Our spirit doesn't, and we have to nourish it. And the food is something that we determine as a spiritual food. We're not just any type of being. Whatever I have to eat, even if it is minimum, I turn it into sacred food and I am thankful for it. I honor it. And if I'm going through a physical imbalance and I need to take a medication, that medication is sacred. I'm not going to say I take poison. I'm going to say that is sacred and is part of my medicine. And I'm saying this because sometimes people who live in cities are fed up with using uh, plants or other type of medicines, but the path is going through that way. But in the meantime, I have to honor what I have. I honor my house, even if it is small, cold, hot. I have to honor it. Be thankful for it. Talk to it. That's a spiritual being. So I think that what we have to all of us to who are in this spiritual path who are present is make the other one feel like they can make it in their own place. And it is beautiful because when we are in the middle of the mountain or the forest, we connect with everything, with the colors, with the strength, with the noises. But what happens with that human being who is in the middle of the city, where they don't have a tradition in the family most of the times, but in reality, this body must darker or lighter doesn't say anything. What talks about me is my path. And if that path is spiritual, then we are all spiritual brothers. And it's not something romantic that I say, this is my brother. No, it's just feeling that that chauffeur that is taking me to my college is a human being, is sacred. And I am meeting with him in a material world, but that it has a path to the spirituality. So let's go back to the simple. Feeling simplicity of spirituality. That's the best message that we carry. And then we can develop spirituality in the simple words, the words that are more far away, because that's gonna take me to those closest words, to the pulse of life, to good life that ancestral words gives you.
Me encanta su palabra.
It
Muchas
was wonderful. Your words are enchanted to me. These words go hand by hand with my thoughts, with all the cultures, independently of geographically, what are we coming from? Where are we coming from? our own body is an own plot of earth, plot of soil. We have to face life with simplicity, with humility, because with open eyes, we could be surprised, simply surprised by a lot of things. So now we have to find the tools in order to explain to all these women that are looking for a better way, a deeper way, simpler way of living or thinking. How can we teach them? And then there is an author, a writer in my culture, that the title of his book, and it's a beautiful one, is that a laboring woman should be sleeping. Delivery should be occurring while the woman is asleep, meaning not asleep, connected, rooted. So it's rooted to her knowledge, her ancestors, her culture. Don't forget that we are all belong to nature. I was a seed some time ago. I was planted, I was sown, and I grew, and I was planted, and I have roots, and I grew, I was raised uh, under all these influences, and then we have we have the capability of breathing. Look, look at each other, listen to each other, love with each other. Those are the miracles of life that probably they are not telling, your parents are not telling you that it's like, okay, it's simply the fact that I learned that I get out of my home and there is light and there is sun and there is a beautiful weather, and I got into the bus that is going to be taking me to the lovely things that I do every day with my time. And I see, and then I see, I am looking at, and no, because what we see is everybody looking at their phones, the phone, so they are not looking at their their surroundings. They don't have this little rooster inside them that does kikiriki and wakes them up. They are not observing. They are not connecting. We need to be conscious of everything that we are doing. Okay, okay, so for example, I remember being conscious of everything, simple things. I remember my grandmother when I was kind of feeling not so good or under the weather or kind of not so well. And then my grandma would come to me and says, oh, she would ask me, are you feeling okay? No, grandma, I don't feel that good. Okay, have this glass of water. Drink that glass of water. Talk Talk to your water, to the marvelous powers of this water. Cheers, I'm drinking this special water and see what happens to you. So, start opening our eyes. Is opening your eyes. If I grab my cup of milk, I drain that milk. I am grateful, excuse me, with that water, with little water. Water is life. Thank you to water, the plants, the trees, our food grows. Chlorophyll is important for all of us, the interaction between the plant and the sun. So all that is important. So I am always creating a thought, and I'm always creating and thinking of the quality of my thought. If I am mad, if I am angry, I'm always insulting everybody in my world, in my surroundings. Then look at a mirror and then look at you, how you are interacting to this world. So then we are not to be paying attention. The history repeats and repeats and repeats. Gaza, in Gaza is happening what happened in millenarian times in America. Okay, so the destruction continues and goes and goes. Wars come and go, and they repeat history of themselves. So we need to think about, we need to stop what is going on in Gaza. We leave all that in our ancestors here in America, in Mesoamerica and South America, in 500 years ago, and that is nothing. 500 years ago is a lot of time. So it's for us not to allow another more gas. This little wall, this little ball, remember, it reminds me of everything every day. And here we have Gaza. Buy one of these, touch it, give it in your, give it like put it in your on your desk, put it on your altars, whoever you pray to, and then remember the mothers and the women of all the world. I am part of all these women. Jacobo Greenberg, he will say, as are, as are. I am not, as all as we are. I not am. I are in the group. And then I am conscious of that, of community. And then let's pray, let's kneel, let's go into in our kneels and say, all women unite and say, stop. What is woman? Heart, they are a womb. We are wombs. And all these warriors, all these army men, they come from a mother, from a womb. And then please, let's unite in prayers, on thinkings, in order to stop all this chaotic internal anger and fire that is killing us. There is fire always inside us. It's a fire essence in our bodies. Every time that they give you that fire, gives you your temperature. So yesterday Anita was telling us, oh, I have a little bit of a fever. So it's a little bit more of a fire. So that is our temperature. So that is our 98.4 is the temperature, 36.5 centigrades is our temperature, the normal temperature. We should not be like running hotter with fierce temperature, angry temperature. We should not run colder, indifference. I don't care. It doesn't pertain to me. So what the heck? So only like the warm temperature that our internal fire. Let's remember every single second of our lives. Who am I? Who we are? What did we come to this body, to this earth? To why are we here? Oh, I cannot do anything about Gaza. That is completely false. I cannot do anything with Gaza because I don't know them. I don't know the politicians. No, yeah, you can. You can pray. You can meditate. You can pray. You can turn light a candle. Okay, please. No, it's not like Mafalda from Kino, the Argentinian cartoon that Mafalda said once, oh, please stop the war that I was to get out. No, no, the war is not going to stop. The war is never going to stop, but we can have influence in the revolutions of the world. So we can get together, all the women, all the mothers, all the sisters, everybody. We are suffering somehow every day. We are in pain. A lot of people are hungry. A lot of people are living through droughts. They are thirsty. So please go and think, but so everybody without any distinction, color, uh, race, uh, we reach a conscious state that is going to be a happy. So for example, I am going to drink today my little cup of water in the name of the children in Gaza that are thirsty. Today, my simple meal that I'm going to eat tonight It's going to be prepared with love, with warmth, and I'm going to be eating it for the children of Gaza that are hungry. So this is one and together and all for everybody in our planet. Oh, uh, I think that I'm going to be asking another question and then we can open the conversation to everybody. Eh, eh, when I listen to you in this new Pachacute, new moment, is this new time. No, we are through this new Pachacuti. It's not that that Pachacuti is going to come to us. No, we are going through this new Pachacuti, this new time, new Pachacuti, and then looking at the wheels in of the ancestral times, we know that we are in a new Pachacuti, new era, with a new fire. So then with this new Pachacuti, so let's remember this old fire. So my question is that we need a lot of healing, and a lot of healing has been taking place with all this ancestral trauma that we as humans beings have suffered, this trauma, permanent trauma. I would like to hear from you the importance of the fire of the sacred uterus, the sacred womb, the importance of this and this organ that is the secret. There is where the secret of life lives. So the importance, this fire, this own womb, uterine fire, in order to be able to live in the new Pachacuti, the new era of the, every 500 years, we got this like a going to a new Pachacute. We go around, we jump around, and then for the ancestral wars, the cycles go between 10 times of dark to times of lightness towards unity. Now we are in a Pachacute of feminine Pachacute for the woman and healing. So that's why the importance during this new time of new Pachacute that we reconnect with our womb, the pulse of our womb. Women recognize our heart, cardiac pulse. But no, we don't recognize, we will know about we don't recognize the pulse of our womb. Sometimes we feel that pulse when we are having intercourse, we have sexual intercourse. And then also another way that women describe that they know about this pulse is when they are in labor and they finally deliver. So so we need to keep connecting with this connection, this pulse. And in the womb or the uterus has been recognized as the space and the organ that is only able in a certain amount of time to grow and have inside a human being. But after the new months, after the 9 months, forget it. No, no, we need to reconnect with that thought. We need to continuously listening and connecting and recognizing the pulse of our womb at all times in the woman life. When we recognize our grandmothers, we recognize that this woman is not biologically our mother, is our grandmother, and we connect with her. And we connect with her by the knowledge that we reconnect with an universal mother of all of us. Wisdom, love, warmth, and recognize ourselves uh, as a sacred being, known as a sacred mother, not as our biological, and not to our biological mother, with whom or we sometimes have a very difficult relationship is the general sacred mother. Look at the power. Look at the power when we can connect to our womb, our uterus, uterine, womb pulse to be able to think about at all times how wonderful it is, how powerful, empowering this is. No, so we should not forget that we that our ancestors, our grandparents, they are able through rituals to call the fire, to call the rain. We are capable of doing, and why are we able to do that? It's not because we have a control power, a power of control. No, it's our power to connect with the other being. In that case, the being being the water, yeah, and put it into rain. So we need to be able to believe that I'm a part of a creative process. No, I am going to hike this mountain, this hill. No, I'm going to go and I'm going to say, okay, mountain, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to start getting connections with you. I want to share with you this time. And I'm going to get tired and I'm going to get exhausted. I'm going to get breathless and you are going to help me. You need to connect. So to connect with my uterus, my womb, and to know exactly what is in there. And we need to re-encounter ourselves with this uterus, this womb, this creative force, to feel that pulse, that beat. And then, for example, you say, okay, what happens in menopause? Or what happens when you have had your hysterectomy and your uterus has been, they took it out of you through surgery? No, 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 no. The fact that is not materially there, meaning, look, even if they amputate my arm, my mind is not going to never forget about that mind. So it's the same with your uterus. I need to reconnect. How? Meditation, reconnecting, connecting with other women to be able to see and find what is inside in this uterus and what is that I want to take from it and plant. And then what else I am going to be putting in my womb and my uterus because I cannot deplete it. That is not life, is not luck, is not destiny. What is going to be telling me what is going to be of my life? No, you have all the elements inside me to be happy. And so, for example, I say, I have a partner that doesn't make me happy. So I am the owner of my life, the owner of my womb, the owner of my uterus since I was born, since I was a girl and a teenager. I have the power to change that situation that makes me happy. So connect with little girls, connect teenagers, young people, young women with their wombs and their uterus. And from there, everything that they want to create for their lives is coming and is in there to honor their blood, honor the ancestral blood and bloods and lineages. And then we have a lot of work to do with all the sacred. No, no, we don't bleed at any time of the day. We so then if you ask me on average, we have a period and my period is 3 days and each day reflects every like one word. Every that blood from my period is nutrition for everybody, not only women, even men, women. So that is healing power. I know that there is not going to be pain. There is not going to be suffering, depression, sadness. And when I have my period, I have to be able to start and able talking to this blood. So everybody talk, yeah, thousands and thousands of years ago. All the knowledge is there. So if I want something, I need to establish a relation with that. Okay, if I want my periods to be nice, not to be painful, for the blood to be pure and clean, I have to work on that. So, for example, I ask women all the time, what is your moon? "Oh, I don't know what you are talking. What are you talking about? What is your moon? What is the moon that fills up from life, of life? It is the full moon. It is the other moon. It's the moon that talks to you and appeals to you and talks to you. So nobody else out there is able to tell me that my uterus, my womb is sick. That person is not always, why is that person going to be telling me external to me, oh, you are bleeding too much? No, I can do that myself first, and I should be able to do that first. Why are you bleeding so much? Why are you drawing clothes? Why are you forming tumors? So the woman that decide, also women that decide not to have children, they keep the same force. So women that lose children, they are sacred. These pregnancies that didn't result in a human life, an alive human being, is they're also gifts, and we should honor them. And then sometimes when a woman have a lot of miscarriages, so they says, okay, they make her feel useless. No, no, no. That's why, remember, I told you 49 years old, usually close to the menopause. So when you are going to stop having your periods, that's when you are going to be able to become, in my culture, a healer. But then this whole movement, it is all culture about, oh, you should not show your age. You are not even bleeding anymore. You are getting old. You have to figure out how to continue looking pretty. No, no, we have to honor that. And we do a ceremony in our world, in my world, in my culture, when a girl has her own period, it shares a beautiful ceremony with a woman that just went into menopause. And they talk about the feedings of the blood that is feeding and fed this woman that is not bleeding anymore for years, and how that is important and that enriches your womb, your uterus. And then start sharing that energy, recover that energy, recover the force, the great force of the uterus that is present, the womb that is in the ancestral works. And then, so give all these uterus, all these wombs, all the space, the music, the seeds, the water, the sun, is the feminine, womanly force of life creation, is very important. So what is, how are we here now? The world that I am living in now, what is that we need to transfer? And it may, every day, when when you start connecting with your uterus, you start feeling the beat of your uterus, you start listening to that. Every time that you do something wrong or you hurt somebody else, your beat is going to tell you, you did that, and this was wrong.
Muchísimas gracias. Así es, la
Thank you so
conciencia del
much.
útero, ¿no?
The patiency of the uterus.
Somos somos hijos de la pelvis.
We're
Las
the daughters
la
and sons of the
ahí está
pelvis. That's the
toda la
seed,
información, ahí está
that's
todo,
all the information,
ahí
that's
está
where we
toda
have
la
all the
memoria desde el
registers,
origen de la vida.
all the
Y
memory
somos las
for the
creadoras
beginning
de
of
eso.
life. And we're the creators of it. We carry that information. We have
La magia
the magic
transformar el
to
mundo
transform the
matriz,
world
somos
through our
las que
uterus because
recibimos
we are the ones who
en
receive
ese
the
sentido.
seed, the semen.
Entonces, en ese sentido,
So, in that
este,
aspect, it's very
regreso al
important
útero,
the
el
path to
retorno
the
a lo
uterus,
sagrado
the
tiene que ver con
return
el
to the
retorno
sacred,
hacia
which is related to the return
es
to the uterus.
importantísimo
And
que
it's very
estamos
important
presentes.
to
Y
feel it,
estemos
to feel the
presentes porque
presence.
¿quién nos dice otra vez?
Because who
¿Quién nos
tells us
lleva al
again?
camino hacia el
Who is
útero?
going to take us
Hacia el
to
camino
that
del útero, hacia
path
el camino de la
of the
matriz.
uterus,
Viajamos
to the
por la
womb?
matriz cósmica. La
We
madre tierra
travel
es
in a
así,
cosmic womb. the Mother Earth is the uterus, and we are the face of of that self. We have to remember it, recreate it. We have to understand that we're Tonantzin, we're Pachamama. We are Avialajas. We are a continent in which man is also integrated in that womb. The man has a very sacred role to recuperate along with us, because then there's one way when one is up, the other one is down. But before we were following the same path towards the light, towards plenary of life. Women have a lot of enjoyment because all of these labors of feminine bleeding, which is related to the blessing, it's with enjoyment, the plenary of life, expansion of mind, and to put aside the materialistic stuff. Because today I have to go buy, I have to buy there, I have to buy the other stuff, and because someone asked me to, and because I need to, oh, turn and see your own earrings. What are you carrying? How do you want to carry it? Because we are the carriers of the world, sacred carriers. And that comes from the uterus, from that house, from I will take this opportunity to share this a little bit. This is a salmador. It's very sacred in Mexican culture because it has a special treatment. To carry a salmador is having a culture in your hands. This one, this sacred salmerio, made by Titihuacan Olmecs, Olmecs, um, and it has like a snake, which is a symbol of the women knowledge. Here, this is the uterus, this is the pedestal, this is the strong and the feminine and the masculine together, talking about life, about the different points of the universe, about the unified conscious, the love that allows us to be new human beings. So sacred feminine, sacred masculine together. They were saying, put a seed and flowers to your singing. That means put sacred feminine and sacred masculine to your words, please. Honor those words that comes from the uterus. Honor the word that from the uterus it goes up to the heart, from the heart to the mind. And then you exhale the knowledge. We need to recuperate our language. We believe that offending someone is a way, very dignified way to be in this world, and that's not true. The word is sacred, and when I said matrix or a womb, I had to bow. I bow and I touch it. Touch your womb. Feel it right now. Don't wait. Feel it. That's where the beat is. If I raise one hand and I hold the uterus with the other one and I raise it to the sky through those antennas of my fingers, breathing consciously, it is there. The connection is there with the sky. With these hands, I make earth, wind, space, everything is connected and I start receiving that energy. I feel it. Temperature in my hands changes. It's like a tingling. I stay there a little bit and breathe, connected to my uterus. And what am I going to do with all of that? Give it back to the heart of the sky where everything is law, where the 13 sacreds are. Then I bring it down, 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 down. I don't need too much time to breathe and connect with my thoughts, my matrix thoughts, the mother thoughts, because from there all the way here is sacred, feminine sacred. And from here there is probably a mystery, but my mission is sacred. My mission is life. My mission is to receive the seed for everything that exists. It's there. It's there. It's a very soft exercise, very subtle. My matrix with my left hand and the right hand is up. Or if you want to do it on the with the opposite hand is fine because you're in the north and I'm in the south, that's fine. We will have to do it. If the spiritual is in a spiral in one way or the other one, it doesn't matter. Just do it. Connect with your power. I am a powerful goddess. Is what this song says. I return the water from the rocks. I go as a goddess, female goddess, and then I renew. That's where we have the herbs, the stones. But first, we have to be aware of this new language that is waiting for me, the joyfulness that is waiting for me. Don't lose your time. Don't waste your life. Poor me. Or, oh God, I'm so bad. I do bad stuff. Stop, please. Stop handling your emotions. Your emotions are waiting for a better word, for a new treatment. And that treatment is not gonna give it, is not, no doctor's gonna give it to you. It's gonna be given by a very good grandma, a good grandma like Marcela. I was there happy, listening to her, seeing all her herbs hanging down. And I was like, that's what I wanna be. I wanna go there, lay down, share some tea. What a beautiful gift. I saw another one who was drinking tea. Herbs, sacred herbs are holy and blessed. Bless these new times in Pachacute. I like that word, Pachacute. That's what it is. It's a new face, it's a new heart. So we can have a
Ajá.
plain, a beautiful life, a full life.
Kylie,
How?
Kylie, Kylie, abuela.
Ay, abuela, Tlazocamati.
Tazokamati.
Mira, tenemos 20 minutos
We have
y bueno,
20 minutes
un gran
left.
regalo escucharlas.
It's a beautiful
Tenemos
gift
una
to listen to the
invitación.
two of you.
Nosotros
And I
ponemos
have an
en el
invitation.
chat, en el grupo,
In the
hay un
chat here in the
enlace
group, we have a
donde
link
pueden como firmar,
that you
pueden hacer
can
copy and paste, como copiar
copy
este
and
enlace,
paste.
firmar ahí las cosas para
You
recibir
can sign the stuff
la grabación del día
so
de hoy
you can
y
receive
también pueden
today's
recibir como
recording
otras
and some
informaciones de
other
nuestros
information
talleres y
about the
ancestros.
other
En el final de
talks,
ese enlace
ancestral
hay una
talks.
preguntita que
At the
dice
end,
que ustedes
there's a
quieren
question,
algún tema específico.
and it's asking if you want to hear
Camino
any
Sagrado
specific
hace muchas
topic.
cosas también
Despertar del Camino
como
Sagrado
de acuerdo con la
do some other things
responsabilidad
according
que
to the
tenemos
needs
con
of the
los
community
mayores, con
to
las
connect
abuelas.
with the knowledge, with the
Yo
grandmas,
sé, abuela
grandpas.
Marcela,
And I
que
know
tienen
Abuela Marcela and
un montón
Aurisa,
de cosas que
they
compartir
have a lot to
acerca del
share
camino sagrado,
about sacred
acerca de
fire,
muchas,
about
acerca de muchas cosas.
herbs,
Entonces,
about many
es
things.
un gran regalo
So it will be a
continuar
big
trabajando con
gift
las abuelas
to
si
continue
ustedes
working with the
quieren
grandmas if you are
colaborar en
interested.
las cosas
We would
con
like to
las abuelas,
coordinate something with grandmas
compartir más.
and to share
Entonces,
more.
este es un regalito así como y
This is a gift,
una invitación que ustedes
like
pueden
an invitation that you
su
can share.
información
You
y
can share your
buscar si alguien
information.
tiene más interés de
Please let me know if you have
profundizar en otros
interest
temas con las
in
abuelas
another
o a
topics
veces
to talk
hacemos
another topics with the grandmas
muchachos que se
or
hablan
bigger
acerca de
sessions. I
eso.
know
Puede que sea
Ana
un
Luisa
momento
has
sagrado,
a week
abuela
class
Marcela
about
también
sacred
tiene sus
fire.
cursos, entonces
Abuela Marcela has her
profundizar en
sessions
otros
too.
temas.
So we can always dive
Despertar
in
está aquí
deeper into the
para
topics.
poder hacer
Despertar del Camino Sagrado is here for that reason, so we can make this bridge.
entonces ahí tiene este enlace ahí
So you have
donde puede poner su
the website
información.
there where you can enter
Tenemos
your
entonces
information.
ahorita como 15,
We
20 minutos.
have about
El
15,
micrófono
20
está
minutes.
abierto. Si hay
We
una
can
pregunta,
open this to questions.
si hay algún
If
comentario,
they have a
mensajes,
comment,
corazones,
if they feel something
si
in their
alguien quiere
heart,
compartir algo, podría
if
poner su
someone
mano
has to
arriba.
share something, then put a hand, an emoticon hand up.
Alguna pregunta, un
You have a
sentimental.
question?
Mariliana Ramírez. Mariliana Ramírez, también conocida, muy conocida como
Mariliana Ramirez, known
Condor,
as Nana
es una
Condor,
abuela danzante de la
is
luna una hermanita que conocí
grandma from the dancing grandma, dancing moon grandma. She is going to be talking about
entonces
sacred sexuality on May the 31st. Grandma Nana, please uh, talk. I invite everyone to return the 31st of May to listen to Abuela Mariana. How are you doing? A very nice hug to all of you from my heart with a lot of love. Very thankful. Abuela Marcela, Abuela Luisa,
Han
your
traído solo
words have not only brought happiness to my heart. Thank you so much.
Yo quería preguntarle a la abuela Marcela, yo
I
no
would
sé si es
like to ask
posible
Abuela Marcela, I don't know if it is possible or not, if it will take too much time, but it caught my eye when she was talking about that ceremony that they do, where the majoras give that strength, that blood strength to the menoras. I would like to share that I just started doing a ritual, a passage ritual from girls at that age when they go from girls to women, men or kids to men. I do it very intuitively, whatever I know, whatever comes from my heart, but it caught my attention. That ceremony, I don't know if you can share more. Yes, of course. Yeah. Well, first, as I was saying before, the ceremonial, the spiritual is very intuitive. And I think that that possibility to do what we feel in our hearts, there's no mistakes. When the intention and the heart are present, there's no mistakes. So the ceremony consists in that. The girls to connect with their bleeding, like a food, like an offering to themselves and Mother Earth. And the girls who are feeling that the bleeding is gonna be a pachacute and is gonna flip, they can feel that energy, and that energy is going to be delivered to a girl. Sometimes the girl is present, sometimes it's not, but she gives that to a daughter, a niece, whatever, whoever girls is close to her period. When it is present, it's very nice because the girl touches the uterus of the majora, and the majora puts the hands over the uterus of the menora, and then they have a connection and a dialogue and balancing those strains. And that does two beautiful things that empoderates that girl because she starts feeling like she's becoming a woman, but a woman to herself, not to men.
Enviciado. No, no, empiezo a ser mujer para
I
mí misma.
started becoming a woman to myself, and I have my power, and my power is personal and it's internal. In the Majora, when women are about to stop bleeding, they start having hot flashes. What is that hot flash? It's energy that doesn't find a way to go. What you don't know is that you have to redirect that energy that before was going towards bleeding and now has to go to the sacred word, to the word medicine, to accompany you. That's what we're giving to both women, to that little women and that women, so they are more aware of what's going on. It's not just that I have to learn how to take care of myself so I don't become pregnant, to that I need to put a pad, a sanitary pad. It's much important than that, and it's related to the strength of that bleeding. The ceremony is full of flowers. We always ask people who go into that ceremony to give a little gifts made by themselves for that little woman and flowers for the majora. So the girls, normally they have a few of them together. It's like sacred being, divine women surrounded by gifts and flowers, and that changes their view about the bleeding. It's not like, oh my goodness, it's gonna hurt. And that's how they learn too. We teach about the plants, what can you take, how to prepare, what type of rest, what type of of food. Because a woman who is bleeding has a different dynamic on those days. It's just that the Occidental world has brought other views, like if if you're bleeding, you have to work the same. If you're bleeding, put a tampon and go out to work. And no, we have to try for them to have their own space in some way so they can understand what's going on through their body. What's the bleeding for? It's not just to become mothers. No, it's the live food. That's the reason why that blood is sacred, is the food for Mother Earth, my own food. It's a ceremony, very simple, full of songs, full of water, flowers, for that reason. To because the bleeding for the major and the minors are very complex. I'm not talking about menstruation or menopause. That's a very bad word. It's something that someone said, well, we just bleed once a month. Who said that? Who said that? How do you feel? How are you connected to your blood? That is like that's the cycle. The cycle is internal, and we have to transmit it. It recognize our own cycles. What moon? Sometimes when we do these ceremonies, I ask the majora, what moon? What moon just brought your fierce bleeding? They don't remember. What moon were you born on? They don't remember. Well, find out. Ask when I am at that point, even though I'm on bleeding physically, but I feel the bleeding. What moon is that? Is that energy helping me, or should I change? It's possible. All the women change their cycle. They find their own moon that gives them the strength. So that's vital, happy, and beautiful. So that is very simple, a very simple ceremony.
Muchas gracias, qué lindo. Gracias, gracias.
Thank you very much. This is very, very beautiful. We have yet another question. Somebody's raising his or her hand. You turn on your microphone. Okay. But then you have to unmute your microphone if you want to talk.
Ahora
Okay,
sí.
right now. Now, good afternoon. I am connecting here since from Argentina, and this is I live in Spain, but I came to Argentina at this moment. I very creative right now. I am kind of starting and working in several projects.
Déjame ver ahora. No, está haciendo.
Estática. So her microphone is giving you statics. Okay, now it's better. Okay. So I got here late, and in a moment of a lot of creativity, I have a lot of ideas. I just turned 36 years old, and I am in a moment, in a very synchronized moment. I am very cycle, and I allow for those periods of synchronization to be together, but I sometimes feel very, 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 I should be accelerated. Sometimes I feel very, very kind of anxious about doing and doing and doing. So how can I put my feet on the ground? How can I be all present, conscious, but not through meditation, but because meditation provokes some side effects to me. Nobody told me how to communicate with my uterus, my womb. So probably that is something that, okay, how 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 can I get more synchronized, more down to earth, my feet on the ground, more self-conscious, more because I'm so sorry. So how can I connect with my womb, with my uterus? Because that is not something that they taught me when I was a girl. I am going to answer like to you. We are from the tortilla culture, and the woman is a tortilla, and the woman eats tortilla. Eh, Everything comes from the corn, so let it go. Go on the floor, go on the soil, lay down, look up, let the temperature and the humidity of the air to get into your in the like in your spine, and then like a tortilla you flip over, you hug the earth, you start talking to her, says mother earth, soil, how can I get, I can get my thoughts in order, my creativity in order, my projects in order, how to walk from now on, because there is nothing like kind of centers you, puts you down to earth, feet on earth more than a huge hug to the earth, Mother Earth. I am going to clarify the detail here today.
Canarias casi no veo el pasto.
So we see very
No me quería manchar, o sea, tengo ese concepto de mi madre de
okay.
No te ensucies.
Okay, so here today in Argentina, I have a little piece of grass, a yard, an outdoor area, and then I wanted to kind of lay down on the ground, but then my mom started talking to me in my mind. You are going to stain your overalls. You are going to get dirty. So I have to get rid of all those barriers or those silly things that I have in my mind. And that's what I didn't do it. I cannot do it at home in Spain, Canarias Island, because we don't have any grass. But here I was going to do that, and I couldn't because of the voice of my mom. So then that's what this is not so simple. It's something that is a process, and you need, okay, one thing is that somebody told me to go to your yard, get a little piece of earth, a little piece of soil, and clean it up or try to clean, and then put it on under your tongue. That's something that you can do. Uh, can you please share with us on the chat? Are you in Buenos Aires? I am going. I am going to be traveling. I I have I live in Hija de Tigre, and we have a lot of workshops, singing and music. So there is a connection. She's going to come to me. I'm going to go to her. So I recommend greatly for you if you can go and meet Grandma Marcela. Okay, so this is part of the work of colonization. All the things that we have to clean off our mind, the simple voice of our mothers. Be careful with your dress, be careful with your outfit. You are going to stain it from grass. All those things that you need to have to clean up out of your mind in order to be able to proceed in your path. There is an important, there is an important, there is an important question on the chat for Marcela. What suggestion you can give me on how can I help women or children or teenagers that have suffered through sexual abuse and post-traumatic stress disorder due to sexual trauma? It is a very difficult and long issue. Uh, I am going to be giving you a simple idea that connect to the sacred part of the human, feminine human being, to connect from the outside, to connect to the inside, disconnect from the outside. So you cannot forget what happened to you. I'm not saying that. I am not asking you to do that. It's impossible. So transform the bad and really horrible energy that you have from that past, that history, past is history, and there are a lot of arguments for our ancestral words. The the past is not time, it is force, is energy. So that's what I'm asking you. So when I go back to my trauma, I don't need to go into detail. It's to transform what I felt, the bad energies, sadness, anger, frustration, submission, fear, and transform those energies in order to be able to transform myself. Okay, so for example, tremor. We human bodies, we have tremor. We start shaking. And when we are with fear and we are in front of a fearful situation, we start shaking, shaking. And for our, and one in the world, they tell us, oh, shakiness or tremor is a insecurity, is something bad. I have to get rid of. No, tremor and shakiness in our body is in a way to re-encounter energy, center our energy again. So don't let it go of your tremors. So it's something like you have to go and try to empty all your body from all those bad energies, equal memories, in order to be able to start filling it up with positive energy. So past is energy, past is force, past is not experiences, good or bad. And that's all that I have to say right now.
Muchas gracias, abuela.
Thank you very much,
Muy
Grandma.
interesante porque
It's
siento
very
que muchas
interesting.
experiencias, la importancia
It's very important because
de
I hear this all the
permearlas,
time.
el yo
Is
soy
able, in order
y
to be
ellas
able
nos
to live my
autocentramos, ¿no? Porque cuando uno está con
me,
esas creencias románticas
historical
está muy
me, a
pegado al
story
histórico,
me
¿no?
in my
Entonces hay un proceso de
in my
sanación muy
back,
fuerte para llegar a
behind me,
ese yo
in the
histórico,
past.
¿no?
So
Y
it is
creando una
important.
experiencia energética
So
en el cuerpo.
so in visa, not the story, not the detail experience past is not indicated by good experiences or bad experiences. Is energy. And that energy is going to be a unique energy that is going to be feeding or is going to be food to my future. So things, past experiences, kind of getting less bad in our eyes, in our thoughts, and then we take that in our conscious and we live and explain those experiences through our conscious. We can start taking the energy out of it. So, for example, it's the same that when we start talking about bloatiness, when you are gassy, when you are kind of all bloated, your abdomen. In our culture, bloated gas is all thoughts and traumas, all sad thoughts. No. So then we have to transform that. So we have to understand that there is nothing that cannot be transformed, not even our ancestral bodies. Every single feeling, sensation can be transformed in terms of trust. So our addition, the sum of what I am in a good
Gracias, abuela.
life
Sí, yo siento que
is
es
what I'm
como
going to
un
be
poquito
starting living
de lo
because
que
I
la
deserve that.
sabiduría es ancestral, es sacar la culpa,
Is that
la pena, el
and that is
miedo,
so
y esas cosas
important
que nuestra
to
cultura
take
moderna está
guilt,
muy enraizada en esas
um,
cosas. Entonces, cuando uno
being
experiencia
afraid,
un
shame,
trauma sexual,
taken out of our daily
en la sanación
lives.
ancestral, la primera cosa es sacar la culpa, sacar todas esas
So in
cuestiones, ¿no? Que son
ancestral
muy
healing,
profundas
the
dentro
first
de
thing
nuestra
that a
cultura.
person has to do is
Pero
take
abuela,
out
Luisa
that
quería preguntar algo más.
guilt
A mí me
and
gustaría mucho,
that
abuela,
feeling of being
comentar algo
ashamed.
muy importante,
I want
el
to
hecho de hoy, de
I want to
hablarlo, de
kind of
tratarlo
this is something that requires a lot of times to abuse is such a complex thing. Is a fire, is a bad burn inside us that is harming, is burning us constantly. So if we convert this abuse in an internal fire, there are strategies, tools in our culture to work with that. So we need to recapitulate our life. We need to recapitulate our story. And we is trying to bring the methodology. So offering is a very, very important concept. Offering is receive anything that is given to me, not to reject anything that is presented to me. We have a human, we are humans, and we are a heart, a living heart. And there is everyone can build a very simple altar in your own spaces. You make your offers in your altar. You offer those that abuse, those horrible bad fires that burn you, are burning you. You take it out. It's a very long issue to deal with.
Adela,
And,
mira, yo quiero quedarme muchas horas
grandmothers,
con ustedes.
I would like to be here 3 more hours with you,
Tenemos algunas
minimum.
preguntitas
But
sobre
we
viajes,
have
pero
some
volviendo a la
other
experiencia.
other
Ahorita tenemos en
questions.
el chat,
So I have
tenemos
a
el
suggestion.
enlace para
So
que
I
ustedes
put on the chat,
hagan
wrote down on the
con
chat the
todos.
link.
Yo voy a poner
So
el enlace para que ustedes
the
pongan
link on
sus
for so you
información y yo
write
les
your
enviamos cuáles son los
information,
próximos
your
hoteles,
name,
algunos hoteles y
email,
las otras
and
sesiones
information of contact
compartirán
information.
temas más
So
específicos.
we
Hay
can,
muchos
according
hoteles
to
que
what
ofrecen
we
sesiones,
read there,
Cancún es grande, pero hay
organize,
muchos hoteles
organize
alrededor.
some
Ahora,
other
muchos aquí
sessions
también son
with
sanadores,
themes or
terapeutas,
issues that you
personas que están
want
en este
to
camino de
kind of
sanación.
discuss with the
Otros
grandmothers,
también
okay?
tenemos
Because we have people coming
muchachos de
from all
servicio
venues
social
here.
apoyando
A
a
lot of people
familias.
here present today,
Entonces,
they
yo
work
siento que
in
entre más
community support.
herramientas
They work in
otras
social work.
herramientas,
Some
otras
of
cosas
them
que
are
podamos.
therapists.
Entonces,
Some of
si
them
ustedes
are
sienten
here
la
present,
necesidad, de
are
acuerdo con las
healers.
preguntas y el link que les da,
Some here are
de hacer ese
curanderos,
trabajo con ustedes,
shamans.
podríamos
So if
pensar en algo
you
más,
send
organizar algo
us
más y
your
también
information
yo sé que
and
ustedes tienen un
questions
montón
and
de
things that you really
conversaciones que llevar con
would like to love to discuss with grandmas, the grandmas will be
ya pasamos de
yeah, we went
mucha
over
clase
3 o'clock.
también hablamos de
So
terminar con un cantitito,
then we are going
ponerle
to be, we
un
already
espacio
ended,
sagrado
and in the
también,
program is
necesitamos
that
este
to
espacito
finish
sagrado.
with
Nuestras abuelas no se
some
casan con su
singing,
corazón de
some
ponerle un
music.
cantito.
So, abuelas,
Y,
what are you feeling
y
now
les
your
recuerdo
hearts to
que
share?
en el día
And
12
then
de
invite you
el
again,
enlace, los dos enlaces que ustedes
April
entraron el día
12th.
de hoy,
Same
regresen el día
Zoom
12 de
link,
abril para conocer a
April 12th,
Miguel
in order to
Inti
be able
y
to
Mama
listen to
Pacha,
Miguel
que
Inti
vamos a
and
hablar
Mama Pacha. We are going to
de
be
la misma
talking
experiencia,
about
que es
Cosmo
ahorita muy importante,
experiencing,
que es
Cosmo
de hablar
experiencing,
de la complementariedad
Cosmo
y después el 21 de
cosmology.
mayo
On May
Janaína
31st,
Umar
Jenaina
con
Umart
Nana Cóndor
and
hablando de
Nana Condor,
sexualidad, que
to
también
in
es
order
un
to
tema
talk about sacred
lindísimo el
sexuality
que
is a
podemos
very
revisar para
is a
discernir y todo eso.
super
Bueno,
deep theme
entonces, bueno,
or
una
issue to
pregunta
discuss.
para
Okay,
cerrar.
grandmas,
Desafortunadamente,
please
porque mis hijos no se
sing
quedan.
song.
Yo siento que todos pueden quedarse aquí
I
unas
think
3
that
horas.
everybody here says, "Oh, we would like for this not to end."
Cantito cortito cada una. ¿Quieres?
Mhm. A short scene each of us before before singing. I would like to honor Adriana and Delia that is doing such a good translation, interpretation, and all the expressions. I know that you guys are putting heart in your. So we have two interpreters, Delia and Adriana. Delia and Adriana, thank you very much. Oh yeah, I saw the emotions and the gestures from Adriana. So I'm seeing that she's putting heart in her work. Another little thing that I would like to add, to look, and you can look it up on the internet, understand the Pachacute and how to, there is an experience and there is a lot of association or of recovery condors, eagles, and the condors from the Andes. So now, last year, this association that are recovering and they are rescuing those condors, they had two couples, and these couples, they had babies. So there is we need to open your eyes, and we have to listen on how the world is changing. How are we going back to spirituality? How are we going to rituals? Uh, Again, I want you to go and look for these condors, and then condors that have oh my God, I think that she's saying that two female condors gave birth to two little ones. How? We don't know. We think that is product of all this female power. Uh, okay, thank you very much. My little song comes from my pache, my heart, and it's going to honor.
Kairaimihiata chaskikoinispa Pachamama iguacachimuan Kairaimihiata chaskikoinispa Manamunarkonayaktichari Kausaita kechuri koniagua Chari kausaita kechuri konia Juan ay 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 Kylie Pachis.
Hoy hizo yo
Thank
al
you.
perrito.
Oh, you woke up my dog.
Es la cocrianza, ¿no?
Yeah.
Muy agradecida.
Thank you very much. Very grateful for all,
Tlazocamati, corazón de las mujeres.
for the heart of the women,
Tlazocamati, a todas esas palabras.
for all the words.
Tlazocamati, Pachamama, con tu rostro de chalchiquí,
Mama,
con
your
tu rostro de
beautiful face,
xochiquetzal, con tu rostro de Cihuacóa, con tu rostro de Tlazolteo, con tu rostro de ciclos de la vida. Gracias a la vida que nos da tanto, como dice la poetisa. Gracias por tanto y tanto y tanto. Tlazocamatiña, 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 Lumha, Shu, Kak, I, Lumha, Shu, Kak, Tlazocamatiña, Tlazocamatiña, Toy Suhu Ishe, Suhu Itzamna, Suhu Ishmu Kane, Ishpiyako, Shuhui Kukulkan, Suhui Quetzalco, Suhui Suhui. Tlazocamatiña, Tlazocamatiña. Todas ponemos nuestras manitas a la altura de nuestro corazón, juntitas, como si tuviéramos una jicarita en nuestras manitas.
all of us will put our hands on top of our chest and our heart.
Como si fuera una gran cucharita nuestras dos manitas
our hand is a big scoop, like that, like that.
Canile, 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 canile. Canile, 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 canile. Canile, 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 canile. Suavecito, con mucho amor, inhalamos toda la energía, todas las palabras, todo lo vivido en este tiempo y lo soplamos. Ofrenda para que todos seamos felices.
An
Ajá,
offering so everybody can be happy. Howie,
feliz.
thankful, happy.
Ay, mil gracias, abuelas, desde mi
I thank you,
corazón,
Grandma, from my
en el
heart,
nombre de todos los corazones presentes.
from
Muchísimas
all of the
gracias.
hearts who are present.
Gracias.
Thank you
Nos
so much.
quedamos en
Thank you.
contacto.
We
Ustedes
we are
pongan
in communication.
informaciones en el enlace para que
Put your information in the website so you can receive more information.
bien pendiente de estar
We are
conectados.
going to
Vamos a
be
ofrecer otras cosas.
connected with the grandmas because they offer other
Muchas
topics
gracias a
and
nuestra
we will
Marisa
deep dive in other specific topics. Thank you at the University Centro Hispano for always for having your support all the time with our crazy thoughts. And thank you, blessings. Oh, each one of you, please put your hand like this to bless grandmas, to bless Abuela Ana and Merceda so they can continue with your path. They have many blessings, a lot of abundance to continue sharing all this knowledge that is very much needed for our new Pachacuti. You have a very important role at this moment,
Un espejo de mucha belleza para nosotros.
and you are a reflection of much beauty for us. Many blessings for you, Grandma.
Pachis, 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 pachis. Jairi, Jairi.
Gracias. Y vamos a compartir la grabación para quien quiera
We're going to
escuchar.
share the recording to whoever would like to hear this over and over again. Sometimes it happens every time that we hear it, we hear something that we didn't hear before about the knowledge of these grandmas.
17
And we
minutos.
are already past 17 minutes, and grandma people didn't leave. They want to stay. We have a full house. People don't want to leave.
Ok, un besito, abuelas. Nos quedamos en
Kisses